This is Mr. Impact Wrestling himself, Moose, and you're listening to the Irish Whip.
Hookers? Hookers and Coke?
Hookers and Coke, man.
You're the only pro wrestler I know that wants to do this shit in the morning.
Yeti, you're a f***ing moron.
Put it this way, I think Sami Callihan might as well just change his name to Invader
I
One.
want to know why. Like, he can dodge any question. Like, I'll tell anyone that. You can tell me but I'm going to ask specific questions.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
WrestlingNewsSource.com. For all the rest of you yahoos who are out there dilly-dillying you little wankers, we're actually receiving real wrestling news.
This is
Brett screwed Brett.
Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Because this guy's a serious professional.
Brett screwed Brett.
Hold 2! Arm bar!
Hey, get a nice shot of the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate your hat. I hate your t-shirts. I hate your wristbands. I hate your shoes. I hate your music. I hate the C Nation. I hate everything that you stand for.
Sodas rule.
Yeah, they do.
What's up, TIW Mafia? It's been a little while since I've been here. I haven't, we try not to take too many breaks each, but sometimes just burnout and this whole thing with COVID going on is kind of taking a toll on all of us. So Josh and Nico have kind of grabbed the reins for the last couple of weeks and gave me a break. Much appreciated. And it's me and Josh here with you today. And we got some stuff going on in the WWE, man. There's some WWE news, I should say. What's happening, Josh?
Nothing, man. I'm just glad to be back in this makeshift cool little studio. Currently streaming live on my YouTube channel because I have 2 subscribers, so we can test it out on my YouTube channel before we start doing some other stuff. So,
how cool is the evolution of what we've done? Just how we've grown. Like me and you both this past week kind of did. I did very little stuff to make my quote unquote area here. It's better. You've done some huge things. Actually got a little studio in your house now. Soundproofing and all.
It's what makes it.
Once this is over, we'll be recording from a studio. We're live on YouTube right now. We haven't been actual live in fucking years, really. I mean, we've done 1 or 2 live shows here and there, but I think this might be a post-pay-per-view type of thing now.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely like a post-pay-per-view thing, or I guess that's always what the shtick was with us was like we knew that it's hard to do a podcast. It's so hard to do a pro wrestling podcast. It's so hard to do any type of a podcast and stand out in such a niche place. But we've been doing it for so long. It's like we don't like some guys have formats. We don't have a format. No. We just don't.
No. It's and like having Nico back on board is huge. Nico pretty much owns like social media. Like literally owns all of it. He's got 250,000 people on TikTok, incredible amount of followers on Twitter and Instagram and all of that stuff. So we're glad to have him on board, and especially for those that don't know, like he was pretty much the founder of Wresting Autism, which is back.
Absolutely.
I have some stuff coming in the next week or 2 that we'll be able to auction off too to raise some funds. So
really, like
well, I ordered the Pro Wrestling Crate this month. I want the shirts, so I ordered it for the shirts. I don't know what they're gonna be, but I need a couple of them. I need some T-shirts. And
do they make them in quadruple medium?
They do. It's extra medium, and they had my size.
You know what the greatest part of this video is so far?
What's that?
Nobody can see your face.
All yours.
We are true radio dudes, really. Like we just hide behind the microphone. That's what we do. Is we just get behind it.
I mean, I got a professional mic. It's like the best Yeti of all the podcasting right here in front of me. Did you catch that?
Me. I am.
No, this microphone.
Oh, you're talking about the mic. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeti.
So
I saw that Nico bought himself a Yeti too, huh?
He did, on recommendation from the Yeti. I think I should start getting some kickbacks from this, don't you?
You know, that's one of the places that's one of the spots I thought about reaching out to. There's a couple of different places where
the whole shtick could be, look what you can do without any education or professionalism whatsoever with a Yeti microphone.
Right. And it's cool.
Look at these guys.
So much
if
easier.
These guys can do it, anybody can do it.
I had this huge complicated setup, with the mixer and stuff, and this isn't a commercial. Like they're not a sponsor. They're just something we use, and I literally plugged this into the USB port. My headphones plugged right into this. I happen to have I had one of those arms that I put down to the table. I attached it right to that, and it's perfect. It's right in my face. I got a little pop screen here. I don't even know what that does, but it's supposed to help. Speaking of help, Shad Gaspar, have you seen this, Josh?
Again, you told me this a little bit earlier. Shad Gaspar was
from Crime Time.
Oh, I remember Crime Time, dude. That was some good stuff right there.
He so apparently
they were the Street Profits before the Street Profits were cool.
Basically, yeah. About 4 p.m. yesterday, I guess he was swimming down Venice Beach and he got taken under, and he hasn't been seen since. His wife was at the beach with him. It's crazy. It's he was in shape. He wasn't an old dude or anything, But the current they think the current took him or something, and hopefully he turns up. Hopefully he got pulled under and just washed to a different part of the beach or something and got lost.
Or hit his head. All right. Doesn't know where he's at.
I
doubt it. Stuff like that happens. When you find somebody when they're gone swimming like that, it typically never ends good. It just doesn't.
But we're gonna send some positive vibes, though.
Oh, absolutely. I'm all about the positive vibes. Hopefully he hit his head and he's someplace and not with it yet, but still alive.
So this is news for sort of SummerSlam too. Is Massachusetts governor announced today that basically Massachusetts is starting to open up today slowly. It's today. Like health centers can take non-emergent care stuff. Next Monday, a few other things open up.
JP, that's your mom calling, telling you to keep it down.
Hair salons and stuff like that. And every week or two after that, there'll be more stuff opening up. So it's very possible that by August, you'll be able to have a live event in Boston. Not likely, though. Because, the governor is saying that. Marty Walsh is saying we need to hold off.
Why?
Marty Walsh doesn't feel it's safe, and he's an idiot. Not getting into politics here, but I haven't agreed with Marty Walsh since he's been the mayor of Boston, and I'm glad I'm outside of Boston. But it's sad. If we lose SummerSlam, it's not going to be a good thing. It's going to suck for the city. Like all the people that would have come in, the people that would have traveled, the fan access that would have happened, and the meet and greets that would have been going on around the city would have been good for everything. It would have helped every business that is attached to any of it. AEW is still supposed to be in Boston around that same time. As far as I can tell, they're still scheduled, but they're in obviously a smaller arena, so we shall see.
I started doing yesterday.
What's that?
I finally started doing. Remember, I told you I was going to start doing about 6 months ago.
No,
I said when AEW gets to a point where I can sit down and just start and watch it all from the beginning, I'll sit down and do that. And here we are at the point where I got time to sit down and watch it. So I went all the way back to the first match where Cody and Sammy went toe to toe on that first Wednesday night. So it's cool to go back and do that. Like I was never a New Japan guy. I was when Cody went over there, the New Bucks. Like, I love the New Bucks, but
the who?
The Young Bucks. Yeah, the Young Bucks.
Who?
I know, right? I've always been a WWE guy, and I always will be. So this is just another side thing that I'll watch, and they'll trade talent back and forth.
I'm not a fan of the super kicks. I mean the Young Bucks.
The New Bucks.
The super kicks. I mean the Young Bucks.
The kick party boys.
That's all they do. As people, they seem
Don't
like
get me
they're
wrong,
all right.
man. I think everything that they're doing is great for the industry. Like, it's awesome.
WWE needs competition.
They're marketing geniuses. They're another jet. Huh?
But I'm just not a fan of theirs. I like the product that's being put out by AEW. I don't like that style, and oddly enough, I love Orange Cassidy, so it doesn't make,
we never make sense when we talk. I like the style. It's the New Japan kind of style, the NXT type of style. I continue to struggle with Monday nights and Friday nights, and not because it's the COVID thing in the crowds and stuff. You know me, I've always struggled with that because it's like the last 3 years, it's been tough. Like, it's been tough.
But you know what I think is going to help AEW ratings? It's all the WWE releases.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm interested in seeing who shows up because, you could very well see the Bullet Club.
All over again.
I don't know who owns that name, but WWE does not.
George Carroll Jr. does.
I wouldn't doubt it, George, owned that. Dude, I'm excited to see who shows up. Like, I think they'd be a good fit there, obviously, the club. The Good Brothers, whatever they want to call themselves now. I think Ascension might fit in there.
You think so?
I'm not a huge Ascension fan, but I think they might fit there. I think they might be able to find something there that would work for them.
I was a huge Ascension fan in NXT. Like, when they were the tag team.
Apparently, Heath Slater has no spot there.
Why?
Someone tweeted something about it to Cody, and Cody was just like, "Yeah, not interested." I think was his actual response about Heath Slater coming to AEW.
I mean, can you say he's wrong?
I mean, Heath Slater's got kids, man.
So what? I got kids.
He's got to pay the bills.
Well, I got more bills to pay.
And then you got Hawkins and Ryder, who said they're not going to tag anymore. They're still doing their podcast and all that. Huh?
I don't understand that. I don't get why. Like, the New Day is cool with it. Like, they each have individual runs. I mean, most tag teams are cool with it. Like, you're going to go do your thing. You're going to do your feed. You're going to come back. You're going to feud. You're going to come. I mean, I don't know.
I think Hawkins and Ryder want to kind of separate themselves a little, though, because they are great singles guys. So now that they're on the indies, kind of want to do their own thing.
That's like reinventing the wheel again. If you ask me, it's tough. I think they're both individually awesome, and together they're better.
Yeah, it was magic. It was absolute magic. But they're best friends, and that's why. Did you see, speaking of best friends, what Dave Cole did?
Oh, the painting?
No, he did a pop for Eddie Edwards. Not of Eddie Edwards, though. He actually did two for Eddie.
What did he do?
One was Eddie's trainer, the baddest mofo on the show, Steve Bradley, who he had a run in OVW. Like, he had a good hand in training a lot of guys. Like Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle actually thanked the mofo in his Hall of Fame speech.
Hall of Fame speech.
Yeah, so he trained Eddie. He was Eddie's first trainer. main trainer, really. And he did one of DC Dillinger for Eddie. And I never met the mofo. I never met Bradley, but I did meet DC. I was... You know how you get acquaintances and you got friends?
Yeah.
DC had a lot of acquaintances. Dave Cahill was my friend, and I'm proud to say that. And it was incredible. It's so... it was a nice piece, and it's like your Rhea Ripley. It's a one of one, and like I want to hit Cole up for one, but at the same point, I want Eddie to have that one of one. You know,
right? Yeah, you can't buy a pop of Rhea Ripley right now. It doesn't exist.
That's still that. And what's your price for it?
Non-negotiable. But then again, everything has a price. If somebody says, hey, I'll give you, it's just like the Shane Helms, that I found the other day, or that Timber found. Like, it's the same thing.
Where did you guys find that?
Walmart. Walmart.
It was just on the shelf?
Yeah, it's on the shelf in Walmart. There was 2 of them, actually. I almost bought the second one, but I was like, some kid's going to want that. Are you going to dress
it up?
What?
Are you going to dress it up?
I'm actually got a hold of the guys over at Fig Tees, and I think we might do a few things with it, maybe.
That's exactly what I meant. Those are at Fig Tees on Twitter. If you got a custom or even an action figure, you just want to change its look a little, the guys over at Fig Tees do these awesome like shirts, t-shirts, and stuff like that. Like it looks like it's out of the WWE shop, but they're for your action figures. It's really cool stuff if you like the customs or you just want to change the look of your character. I think your video froze up, Josh.
Struggling today.
As long as I can hear you, that's all that matters. I don't want to see you anyway. So I have not been on since the last pay-per-view.
WrestleMania or
Money in the Bank?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Did you watch it?
Yes. Let me say that. When I say yes, and when everybody asks me, did you watch the pay-per-view? Yes, I watched the pay-per-view. Do I watch every match? Fuck no, I don't watch every match.
Did you watch the Money in the Bank match?
Man. I mean, when like there's just like when Alberto Del Rio used to come out, I'm like, oh, it's time to eat something to eat. I mean, that's what it was. It's just that's
when Alberto Del Rio gets to come out of what, jail? All right, guys, that was a quick break right there. When Alberto Del Rio comes out of what, jail?
No, just when he used to come out all the time, and he used to.
I'm joking because he just
do
got
his
picked
thing.
up again.
It was.
I don't know for what. I know he just got picked up for something again.
Again?
Probably beating up Paige some more.
Beating up kids for more money?
No, beating up Paige. Ooh, is it too soon?
No, it's never too soon for any of that. Man.
I'll clown on a fucking person that beats a woman to his face. I don't give a shit. How's that? So I can say
it's normal to feel that way, right? I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it's normal.
It is what it is, you know.
I don't know. I liked it, dude. There was some parts of it that I thought were pretty cheesy, but the fact that we got to see the T-Rex in the office and dude,
how cool is that?
Favorite part, yeah.
You know that's why they weren't allowed to fight in there.
What? Oh yeah.
That's why he was in his office, and that's why they weren't allowed to fight in there.
Yeah, so nobody could mess it up, right?
What you saw hanging on Vince McMahon's wall was a legitimate T-Rex skull.
Yeah, and also, I guess the funniest part is when Daniel Bryan was like leaving, and he like bowed like a samurai warrior before he was going out, and then bowed his head. But that was, I'm like,
what about the AJ Taker stuff?
Always good, dude.
How cool was that? Like when they hit the graveyard in there? or just everything, like Brother fucking Love. Conrad's going to have a shitload of views this week because Brother Love was on TV. Yeti's playing with his little Yeti.
It's a struggle today, dude. It is a struggle. Like,
it is. This was we've been trying to get together for a couple of days now, and it's just been hard. But yeah, no, I was very entertained by that whole match until they threw people off the roof, but you knew there was a crash pad there because they already showed you the overhead.
Yeah.
That was the part that they shouldn't have thrown anyone off the roof. I get there's temptation to do that spot, but that's the spot you tease, and you don't do it. You know what I mean?
Ever.
They could have hung Ray over by his ankle, Suge Knight style. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just don't think they should have tossed him over like that. And then have him on Monday night the next night. Dude should be dead.
Just put it this way: when you're sitting there and you're watching a pay-per-view, and there's people on top of a roof, which you know is a roof, and then you subsequently throw two people from that roof, those said people should be gone for a while.
Right.
Right? But I guess that's my struggle, bro. That's legit my struggle when it comes to WWE. Their storylines make no sense. They make zero sense anymore. You can't follow them. You never know when they stop and when they end. Everything's blurred. It's just they throw everything into a pot and hope that it's going to come out great, but it's shit. It just sucks. There's some parts of it that are great.
Because it's written by fucking TV writers now, which is fine. It's a TV show. I get it. But it still needs wrestling booking because in soap operas, people die and come back the next day.
How many TV writers are fucking wrestling fans?
I don't know.
Judah Friedlander?
Yeah. Judah is the man.
Let him write for a while.
I wonder if I can. That's someone we should try to get on.
Yeah, that's somebody we should try to fucking book Raw.
We had Judah back in the day.
Oh, yeah. That was funny because Bryce Remsburg was wearing his T-shirt the other day. The whole world referee champion.
The world champion. Yep.
Yeah, he needs to throw on that Judah Friedlander hat with that.
The world champion.
Yeah. Oh man, it's good. I'm enjoying. Here's one thing I'm enjoying IWTV, Independent Wrestling TV, and rewatching all of Uncharted Territory from Beyond. I love seeing EYFBO before they went to Thursday nights, as well as so much other talent from Beyond, Limitless and other places. It's cool. It's fun for me to watch that. It's a people don't understand the computer program.
We're gonna do trivia. I'm gonna tell people what the trivia question is now. When I get my stuff in from ProWrestlingCrate.com, and maybe we'll do a trivia giveaway.
Cool.
And the trivia question that you're gonna have to answer, not now, but probably in about 2 weeks or so, you're going to have to answer it by tweeting at Autism316 on Twitter. And the question is going to be, what does EYFBO stand for?
Oh, that is awesome. That is a great trivia question. Hashtag LAX in AEW. Currently, the current LAX, let's just be clear.
And it's been answered on this show before.
It has. EYFBO, folks. If you
I don't think it's ever been said.
Question.
I don't think it's ever been said anywhere officially. But it's officially what it means. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody has ever officially said the entire word or words together in conjunction.
Right.
Dickinson may have at some point, part of the whole Team Pazuzu thing, he may have said.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but with that, once my Pro Wrestling Crate comes in, most of the stuff is going to get raffled off for Wrestling Autism. But I'll give something in for a trivia question for that.
I think that's a cool one. I think even if somebody even if somebody listens to this right now and tweets us back at Autism316, which is Wrestling Autism for our charity, which we're gonna. I mean, it's good when the COVID thing gets done. It's gonna be a lot easier for us to do this. It's gonna be so much easier. But
for those that don't know,
that's a cool one. That's a good one, actually. I like that one a lot.
With the Wrestling Autism, like we did this before, and we were actually like partnered up with the National Autism Association, and we're definitely going to reach out to them again and work with them. But I don't know if it's going to be like a partnership, or maybe we do something with them and Autism Speaks. Maybe we do our own thing and just make random donations to them. Like I've already out of pocket. There was a single mother in the town I grew up in that posted on Facebook. I didn't know her. We were in a group together. That her autistic son had lost his Paw Patrol face mask, and as you all know, we all need to wear face masks right now. This was the only one she'd wear. I messaged her, and I ordered 2 of them, and she got them, and they were very thankful. And that's just, that didn't cost me much money. But it's like small things like that we'll be able to do that affected her life.
Who's your favorite Paw Patrol character? You don't know, do you?
The only one I know is Rubble on the Double. That's the only name I know from Paw Patrol, honestly. My godson loves it. But he's 3, so I'm not sure he knows the name.
Chase, Marshall, Zoe, Sky. What's the recycling kid one? Damn it, I can never forget that. I forget. Zuma, and fuck, I can't remember. There's your Pop Culture.
You're lucky I know.
There you go. I know, man. That was pretty good, though. But at least you're paying attention to pop culture still.
That's not fucking pop culture. That's a little kid TV show.
You should burn that jersey.
He's still the greatest of all time.
You should burn that.
He's still the GOAT.
I tried to get... Did you see what I tweeted Malonis? Like, when they were doing their Beer City Sunday? I was like, just invite me on so I can talk about how much I hate Gronkowski and Brady and the Patriots all at one time. Hashtag, we have more rings than the Patriots.
Listen, you can't deny this better than Gronk right now.
I don't care. I hate him.
Who's the one in? Who's San Diego? Not San Diego. Yeah, who's San Diego's tight end?
Who cares? Who watches San Diego football anyway?
No, this kid's incredible. He's like Gronk was 5 years ago.
But again, who watches San Diego Charger football?
They will for this kid. I'm telling you, this kid is this tight end. I watched him last season. Might have been. It's definitely a California team. It might have been San Francisco. It might have been
What's he going to do? Throw the fucking ball to himself?
It might have been the 49ers.
You got to have somebody to throw the ball to you, though.
But this kid, with coverage, caught the ball, had a dude holding his face mask, and ran 10 yards like that. Like the kid is
let me know. Let me know when he gets to like. Here, I'll pull out a name for you. Mark Bavaro. To that, I'll go with it, dude. I'll go with a Mark Bavaro. That dude was mean before mean was even cool in the NFL. Like he wore a linebacker's face mask as a tight end.
Is that right?
That's cool. That's
George Kittle, San Francisco.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Kittle is
tough,
special.
Man. Well, again,
Kittle's special. Kittle something.
I guess he does have a quarterback. I can get that, but don't. I don't think we should ever say those 3 words on this podcast again.
What's that?
San Diego Chargers. Those 3 words should be banned. That should be the only 3 words.
No, and I was wrong. I knew it was a California. I knew it was a West Coast team.
What?
I knew it was a West Coast team.
I know, but still, the San Diego Chargers suck. But
that kid with what's Jimmy G, right? San Fran.
You know what they should do in football? is they should expand it and have more leagues like the actual football, like soccer, and they should relegate the bottom 3 teams to like. You got to go play in stadiums that are smaller, and you can't make the money anymore because you suck. Like, you get rid of the Browns, you get rid of the Chargers, like you get rid of all these shit teams that are shit.
Yeah, but if they get rid of all the shit, if they get rid of the shit teams, who would guys like you and Malone cheer for?
Oh my God, really? You have no. How many coaches have the Pittsburgh Steelers had? How many in their entire existence?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. There's a point to this. 3, correct? 3 coaches.
They need to get rid of the one they have now.
A legacy, a program. The problem is that they can't keep offensive coordinators. That's why they suck.
System of legacy. They've had this fucking coach forever, and they won't get rid of him. And he can't coach fucking. He couldn't coach. He couldn't coach the Pittsburgh Steelers to win a game in a Pop Warner League.
He tripped somebody, an opposing player on the he got, I shouldn't say tripped, he walked into the field to impede his progress. Like, that's the kind of leader that the Steelers have right now. And I'm going to agree with you because you know how much I despise Tomlin. I think he's a player's coach, and it's showed. I mean, look at every piece of shit that's left there, including Antonio Brown, which he is a piece of shit.
But Brown's not really there anymore, is he?
No, he's not. But I mean, look at it. I mean, he's going to keep those guys there and use them as long as they can. He's going to let them do whatever they can do. He's going to let them piss off whoever they can piss off. He doesn't care. And people want to look at Ben to that. But when you're, look at this. Ben's not a natural leader. Is Tomlin? I don't think he's a player's coach. He sucks, dude.
Then you have you got these guys don't know what to do with themselves now with no training going on or anything, no gyms open and stuff. You got the 2 that just got arrested down in Florida for you're millionaires. You have these huge contracts. Why are you holding someone up at a fucking party?
Because their mentality, dude, is it's their mentality. It's Gronkowski mentality. That's what it is.
That's not Gronkowski. Gronkowski's too stupid to rob anybody.
Well, that's true, too.
Gronk just wants to party.
He's dumb, dude. Just dumb. Like football dumb. Like,
what's
2 plus 2? 4.
He's absolutely dumb, but I guarantee you'll see a couple of players out of him this year that'll make you say, oh, shit.
We should do a football podcast. People would hate us.
Well, no, we could do it because it's like, I know Rucky's got the Dallas Cowboys, and that's what a lot of people do, is kind of the fans, and you get the fans of that show, and it's a good idea. But me and you, we'd be constantly debating.
Oh, yeah, because...
You know what I mean? So people would get both views and not just one view, and, you know, we could go on Rucky's show with, what's the network they're on? Full Press
Radio.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
Yeah, no, it is. It's Full Press.
People say they like to listen to our show because I never know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't watched Raw, SmackDown, or AEW in forever. I missed NWA. And, like, it's just, there hasn't been anything. Like, even, I drove out with, I had to go to Malonis' house not too long ago. We took the ride out there because he can't leave his house, and Pat from UFO had bought Girl Scout cookies off of his daughter.
No way.
So we took the ride out there. We didn't see Brian. We saw Brian's wife came out and brought them off. But it's like he hasn't been able, normally he would have been delivering those.
Just where I'm at right now, like, this COVID thing hasn't really bothered me.
I got my mask.
That's true. That's very true.
I've been wearing my masks. I just found out.
I
just found out this morning that 2 more of my friends, my buddy Paul and his wife Megan, who I know they listen to this, so I just found out that they have it, and it's like they're all right. They're not hurting. They're younger than where they're not at risk at all, but they have 3 kids, and it's just not good. So
we've been preparing for this for our entire life. You know that?
Right. I just don't like that. Like, I get into arguments on Facebook way too much because I take it personally. When someone, I don't care if you don't want to wear your mask. I don't. Quite honestly. I'm not going to go near you. I'm going to ask that you stay away from everyone that knows anyone that I know. But when you're encouraging other people to not wear masks, that's when it, like, I say, no, listen, you got to listen to both sides of the story here. That's all.
Yeah. It's
like if you choose to not wear it of your own free will, I'm good with that.
But don't come within 6 feet of me. I'm going to pop you in the mouth, right? Is that what you're saying?
But don't come near me. I will ask you to step away from me. And don't go near anyone I know, but also don't encourage other people to not wear the mask.
Here's how ridiculous it is for me, because you know how I'm a former Marine and how I'm pretty passive when it comes to a lot of things, right? But I'm just like, I've got to the point now where I feel like I've got to have something on me in case something goes down. Like, I'm not packing heat. I'm not walking around with my customized AR-15, all, custom pistol grip with my bump rifle in stump, whatever the hell they want to call this fun action with their, like, I've done it all. But I'm to the point, like, I got a knife, dude. I carry a knife with me. I'm at the point now where I don't want to be stuck out someplace and me going, fuck, I'm just another stupid American chose not to arm myself because I live in the land of the free and brave. Whoa. Like, I'm not confrontational. I'm not ever looking for anything. I'm always the one that's trying to calm things down or find a different answer. But some of these people, dude, like, they're legit nuts about this.
Like, and the thing is, it's unconstitutional to tell me I have to wear something. If that's the case, then walk outside with no fucking pants on and tell me what happens.
Yeah.
The precedent is already set there.
The shitty part about this, JP, is like the sun kills it. A lot of things kill this thing. And people need to get outside and do more. But when you've got people acting like they are, being stupid about it, like it's
still dangerous to go. Like, I go outside every day. I go for a walk every day at some point, or I try to.
Same, dude. I feel really bad because if you think about this in relation to pro wrestling as one, a niche commodity, which I think it really is, a huge niche commodity, and how much money it pumps into the economy. I mean, fuck, you got the WWE, that's $1 billion company that's traded on the NASDAQ. That's huge, man. And then you've got all these other promotions around the world. I mean, think about even going back to Rex Andrews, all the way back to when he went back down there with the Great Khali and training those kids over in India. Like, pro wrestling is huge. It is what it's a language everybody speaks, but nobody's willing to just be dork enough to say, fuck, I love that.
Do you know what's become a thing on TikTok again? Not a thing on...
Hey, just for the record, like, I have a TikTok account and I have one follower, and that's Nico.
I have a couple of followers. I didn't know you had one. Well, the Irish Whip has one, but... I
haven't put anything out. I feel so stupid putting that. I just feel dumb. It's like, fuck, I don't want to...
the Irish Whip has put out videos
hard enough
of, like...
time when you send me your Marco Polo poops, let alone putting myself out there.
Me and Joe, with the ants at Joe Bruin's Fan Access last year, we did a couple of little things with, like, Sidney Bacabella and the ants and Spider-Man and stuff like that, and those are all up.
Dude, I can't tell you enough. Like, I sent a tweet out last night. It's just, I wish that you could have a selector when you watched any wrestling match where you could just pick the announcer you wanted, and they would announce that for you. Like, of all time, I would love to have, for me, probably Mike Tenay and Sidney Bacabella call matches for me. Like, in my ears, that would be my ideal color. Just the commentary between Tenay and Bacabella, back and forth. Just how serious Tenay is all the time, right? And Bacabella just, like, throwing zingers out left and right. If I could just push a button, like, I'm going to watch Hogan versus Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3, and Tenay and Sidney Bacabella are going to call it. Can you imagine how hilarious that would be?
Sidney is amazing. That would be pretty damn cool.
And then I put retro. There was 3 people. Like the last decade, Sydney has been doing this for a very long time. Lance Archer, and Murder Hawk, and Retro AG. Like those 3 people, I support them. I continue to just be. I'm a fanatic when it comes to those people because I'll listen to Sydney Bacabella call a dog taking a shit in the park any day. Like I'll anything he says is golden to me.
It's true. I've been listening to audiobooks when I go for my walks.
Nice.
Through Audible, which Audible, again, they're not a sponsor right now. They were, but COVID-19 it slowed down what they could send out for to sort of help out the podcast. But I still support them.
We're not,
and you can still go on there, and I believe use code Irish Whip.
Yeah, we're not low-hanging fruit. We're difficult people to get a market audience with.
Right. But, like, I've been listening to Kane's book on there, and it's pretty damn good. And he talks about, like, So, wrestling is predetermined. I know I'm not surprising anybody there. There's been one aspect of pro wrestling.
Every fucking rendition of Cats that you see. And everybody knows what it is. That's why we love it, because it's predetermined ending, but the events, the acts and the scenes and the rises and the falls and the shines and the rising of the difference, all of that.
The difference between Cats and wrestling, though, is not every version of wrestling sucks.
Exactly.
But Kane actually sort of, in a roundabout way, explained how they wrestled bears back in the day. You hear about, like, Mae Young wrestling a bear and all that. Kane explains that. And maybe I'll tell you after this break. We'll be right back.
I get that.
You broke up. We just went on a break real quick, so.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We are back. So listening to Kane's book, and he talks about it he talks a lot about, like, the territorial days. Like, he wasn't around so much. But do you know how they did the beers back in the day? Josh is breaking up on us. So do you know how they did beers back in the day, Josh?
Did I wrestle a bear? Did I wrestle a bear back in the day?
Yeah, do you know how they did that?
No. I've ridden a bull, though, and I will never fucking do that again.
You rode a real bull?
Yes.
Wow.
A real live bull, dude.
Well, like, you know how they have at the bars.
4 seconds. And that was the longest 4 seconds of my life, and probably the most terrifying. I thought that was the first time in my life I thought I was actually going to shit my pants in front of people.
I would think the longest 4 seconds would be the 4 seconds after.
No, because you don't remember.
You're on the ground and the bull's still on the street.
No, I don't think, like, once I got bucked off and he was still bucking, I remember turning around and, like, I didn't choose the 10 feet to run to the closest wall. I ran the fucking 150 the other way as far as I could to the other side instead of going the short distance because I was so scared of that motherfucker. If it was a giraffe or something, I'd be okay, but like a bull.
Right. So they got circus animals.
Yeah, trained them, right?
Like trained bears, the bears that were trained to dance.
Yeah, the Russian bears, the Russian dancing bears.
Right, and that's how they did it. Like, it was a dancing bear. They just taught it the dance steps.
Yes, that's what pro wrestling is.
Blew my mind.
We need to get that audio clip of AG when he did his elevator speech of what he thinks pro wrestling is. Like, I want to get that, and we need to cut that down. I got to find that.
It's going to be on one of the 100 shows we've had him on. Guys, we get a lot coming up after this is over, too. Like, Ethan Page is kind of committed to us in a roundabout way once COVID's over. Guys, support indie wrestling, too. Support the guys like Ethan Page that are trying to put out quality stuff. Anthony has put out, like, new shirts pretty consistently. He's got a Macho Man like shirt now, and he's got another one that he just put out on Pro Wrestling Tees. Normally, I say get your shirts at shows.
I'm gonna say something about that tee. Pro Wrestling Tees is amazing, you guys. But if you can reach out to these individual wrestlers and buy it direct from them, that money goes directly from them because they only get a certain percentage from Pro Wrestling Tees, and Pro Wrestling Tees is AEW. It's like all of that. Like if you can go, like if you can reach out to Orange Cassidy, I don't know how that works with AEW now. If they specifically have to go to that, or I was looking for a Lance Archer T-shirt the other day. Like remember when Stone Cold had the what T-shirts? Remember that?
Yep.
Remember Lance Archer's T-shirt?
No.
This was who with a question mark.
No.
I was trying to find that, so it's like it's those are the things that I want to go out and look for. It's the one-of-one Rhea Ripley. It's the it's the belt that Timber got me. The Ric Flair autograph.
Yes, that's cool as hell.
My thing is I want to have 5 of those because I want to have Shawn Michaels, right? I want to have Ric Flair. I want to have Zack Ryder. Well, I had to take him off my list. Those 3 right now, and the other 2 are kind of debatable because I don't know, man.
Would you get Honky if you're doing the IC belts?
Just IC right now. That's all I want is the IC belt.
Yeah. Would you do? I would go for Honky and Ricky the Dragon.
Steamboat is one of them. I wish I could. Well, the other ones like Macho Man would have been a big one, dude. Like I want the Macho Man and Warrior. I mean, those are the other 2 that obviously I can't have. I mean, I could hopefully find them someplace. I've looked, but they're ungodly. So that's just me. That's the way. I don't want the real belt because I'm a mark, but I'm not that big of a mark, dude. I'm not going to go spend. I'm not going to drop Chris Rucker money on a belt.
Did you see what WWE put out in their shop?
What?
So obviously WrestleMania 36, nobody got to keep their chairs because nobody was there.
Yeah.
So they sold the WrestleMania 36 chairs. Now they have a bunch of the chairs up there
for sale, right?
Right. It's like $120 for a fucking folding chair. But if they had WrestleMania 25, I might have got that because that was the one I went down to in Houston. So,
would you spend $120 on a chair, or would you spend another, say, $50 on a custom pop with DC Dillinger?
See.
Yeah, see, that's my dilemma. It's like, hey, let me ask you this: do you think that a Becky Lynch WrestleMania 36 figure is worth buying at Walmart right now?
Sure. If you collect figures, like I'm not a figure guy.
I'm a figure guy. Like it's gotta cause me to stop and look.
I have a handful of action figures, and most of them, like I have what was it, the Uncaged Fury figures, like that were like 8 or 9 inches tall, and they're more statues than anything. I was in freaking, I want to say like a Kohl's one day, and there was a Rick Rude for like $4.
Oh, wow.
So I have that.
I've had to sell my wrestling collection twice. 2 marriages twice. And my biggest regret out of that is my barbed wire signed bat from Mick Foley.
Oh,
that was signed. It was signed as Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mick Foley, and Mankind. All 4 signatures on the bat.
I have most of you guys listening to this don't know what KB Toys was, but Josh, you probably do.
You have a Stretch Armstrong.
Huh?
You have a Stretch Armstrong.
No, I have the 5th round MMA action figures. I have a Matt Hughes, a Tito Ortiz.
I remember that was good.
I have I have 3 or 4 of them that I bought when KB was going out of business. And then I got a handful of Funko Pops. I get a Macho Man, a Hogan, and then the rest are pretty much all rock related, Metallica and Guns N' Roses, that type of thing. So like, I'm not a huge figure guy. I have little collections. Back in the day, if we were having someone on the show and I saw their action figure, I would get it.
Yeah.
So I have like a Shark Boy action figure somewhere. I have a Jimmy Valiant action figure.
The Shark Boy one is the one I had from the TNA Explosion version, and I can't find that one, man. That's awesome.
Exactly the one I had. But I'm not the guy that knows, like, oh, this was Series 3, you know what I mean? I don't know that stuff about them, but they interest me. Like, I watch when Anthony and Ava do their action figure shows on YouTube, and I watch when Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins do their thing on YouTube with the action figures and stuff, because it's like a lot of it brings back some of my childhood, and I might actually start a small LJN collection. I know everyone else wants Hasbros. I want LJNs.
Between all those names you just mentioned, like those guys is like Ryder, Hawkins, and Anthony Green, like those three guys, their action figures have action figures.
There was Anthony has the entire Hasbro collection, including the mail away Hogan.
Man. Dude,
that kid's collection is crazy. It's probably second only to his T-shirt collection. But what's cool is there was a wrestler up here, Jason Blade, Alan Ferreira. He wrestled for FIP for a little while, and him and Kenny King held the tag titles together for FIP. And his action figure collection was actually on. It was one of the collections shown at the end of that, the Toys That Made Us on Netflix. So like, there's a lot of huge, like I know a lot of guys that are huge into the collecting, and it's just like if I buy action figures, I want the action figures I grew up on. So I would want the LJNs. I would want specifically a Hogan, a Hillbilly Jim, the Ring, a Sheik. And I don't think those ones are actually that expensive, so I might stop putting that one together.
Yeah, the Iron Sheik one for sure I'd want to have. Yeah, Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov would be two that I'd want for sure. Even Sergeant Slaughter, those three. Like, I could, other ones, whatever, but I was always into...
We could reach out to one of our new followers and ask... We could always reach out to one of our new followers and ask about one of those figures you just mentioned.
Oh, yeah, Sergeant Slaughter, dude. I think he's the sole reason I joined the Marine Corps.
Sergeant Slaughter follows our three Irish boys.
There's a lot of people.
Like literally, the first matches I went to at the Boston Garden, it was him versus the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, see, those bring me back to, that was
I
me.
got to see those at the Boston Garden. And that guy follows me. Like, that's incredible. Well, follows us, not me, but us.
Oh, we've bored these people for another hour again. I think we did our job.
Yes, sir. I think we entertained pretty damn well. And you know what?
Oh, we do.
Maybe at some point we get AG on and just talk action figures with them. Or collectibles in general.
That'd be so fun.
Wrestling collectibles. I'll talk to him. I know you talk to him. But guys, that's all we got for tonight. Thank you for listening. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And let's fucking end this shit soon.